Hello and welcome back to Banner Kings, and let me tell you, I've had a wonderful time. I'm obviously joking because I have just figured out, after many hours of attempting to fix the problem, that my save is corrupted. Yes, every single one of my saves in this particular campaign is corrupted at the moment. So unfortunately, this will be the final episode with this particular character of Kurt King Lording, because obviously I will have to restart after this. I have no idea, actually, what caused the corruption, because I am using very similar mods to what I've used, what I've used to use in other series and everything. And you also got to bear in mind that I have tried all of the most common solutions. For example, antivirus disabling, admin rights on the files and all that stuff. So yeah, basically I am unable to save. That's the main problem here, and I can only assume that that is because my save is corrupted. But yeah, unfortunately, I won't be able to do anything about that unless one of you has a solution, which might very well be the case, but I have been, as I say, searching for many hours on the interwebs about how I can fix this. And unfortunately, I haven't been able to. So, yeah, as I say, we're going to make this worth it. Hopefully, it's not going to crash when the autosave comes around, because I have no idea what is actually going to happen when the autosave kicks in. Because obviously, you know, if I'm unable to save manually, then I have no idea what's going to happen when the automatic saving comes in, and we'll see, I suppose. Anyway, ooh, nice hit. I like that a whole bunch. Oh yes, very nice. Okay, yeah, so this is obviously one of those tournaments that we basically have to do to be able to remain afloat with our wages as they are. It is a little bit difficult to sort of stay in a place where you can afford to keep all your people happy and everything. Of course, you have to bear in mind, we've got some good experience under our belt now about how wages and the morale system works, because obviously most of the time, whenever I'm doing a series, I never really run out of money. This is one of the only times that I have run out of money, and that's obviously due to the shall we say, predetermined start that we had, which was obviously, you know, turning around a failing mercenary company and some very cool situations arising from that. But I've never really had issues with money in this game until then, and so we kind of have a bit more experience about how it all works. So even if we do run out of money, we still have a decent amount of time before that actually starts affecting our own forces, which is actually super nice in my opinion. Anyway, we're going to go into the trade screen here. I do not have anything amazing for me at the moment. I have, obviously, as you saw in the previous episode, we have recruited another a companion that can hopefully do some really nice damage. You can see here she has amazing combat skills. Really good combat skills, so I'm very much looking forward to seeing what she's all about in combat. Unfortunately, she doesn't have anything else that she can really use. I need to get her a two-handed axe or something that's two-handed, I think. Do you think I can find one here? I might be able to find one. I certainly won't be able to find a two-handed sword. At least I don't think so. Two-handed sword's pretty hard to find. But maybe a two-handed axe? Yeah, there is a two-handed axe. The swing speed's not actually bad, so maybe I want to buy this for her. It's very cheap, which I am not that big a fan of, but we're going to just give that to her and see how she does. I'm not really thinking that she's going to do very well with this, but who knows? She has really good two-handed skill. Gotta say that. She has really good two-handed skill. Anyway, we have now achieved victory in the tournament, and I think the best thing for us to do now is just continue on. Let's continue on. We'll try to fight a couple of bandits along the way, and we will also try to maintain our relations with the various notables in the area. Not this guy, though, because he wants us to do something very annoying, which I do not want to do at the moment. And we can, of course, serve as a guard in Banner King's features as well, but I probably won't be doing that. I'm going to go over here and try and fight these bandits if at all possible, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that whole save game corruption thing has really thrown me for a loop, basically. As I say, I've been trying to fix it for the better part of the day, and it's just, I don't even know. I don't even know why that's happened, but yeah, I actually attempted to, this is the main reason why I found out about this problem. I attempted to install party screen enhancements. I don't believe that was the problem for the save game corruption, by the way, because I've used that multiple times in the past, and it's not really ever caused me any problems, so I don't think it's that. But as soon as I got into the game, usually what I like to do is I like to save the game, because otherwise it's going to continue giving me that kind of annoying warning that comes up when it says your save game doesn't currently have this mod included in it, in the case of, you know, obviously party screen enhancements. And I kind of wanted to get that out of the way so that I wouldn't have to deal with that anymore. And so I went to go and manually save, as you do. Save as, you know, go into the save file list, and then it comes up with cannot create save data. And I'm thinking to myself, what? That's the first time I've ever encountered this problem. And I have been using mods almost since the first version of Bannerlord. I mean, obviously the first series that I created was basically unmodded until the very end when we added a few mods in there. But yeah, most of my series have been with mods, and I've never encountered this error ever before. So I was very basically dumbstruck. I had no idea what to do. So unfortunately, it seems like that is basically putting pay to any continuation of this, unless I obviously see, this is what came up. Cannot create save data. So you can see there, that's what happens when the autosave comes in. So I guess we just never quit the game again, right? I guess we just never quit the game again. That's pretty much all I can. That's pretty much all I can do. There is nothing else for me to do, because that is literally how it is. You know, there's just nothing, no other way for me to continue onward. Obviously, I don't have party screen enhancements, so you're going to be seeing me actually level these guys up manually. Someone said that I shouldn't be leveling these guys up because the wages are going to increase. But generally, the main reason why I'm leveling people up is so that I can actually fight these enemies just that much more effectively, and then possibly not lose as many troops, so I won't have to go back and recruit more troops and then level them up, and then it's going to cost me even more money over time. So that's the main reason for that. But I don't know. Yeah, I mean, people have their own personal preferences for what they want to do and all that wonderful stuff. But what we're going to do actually is we're going to go and speak to Mr. Olek. Yes, Mr. Olek. I can't do that. He apparently is not available for us to speak to. Is anyone actually here? Any vassal? No, there aren't any vassals here. I would like to join. The main reason why I ask this is that I would like to join the Sturgians as a mercenary, because I would like to be able to fight enemy vassals if at all possible. So let's have a look here. I would like to enter the service. There we go. 180. Okay, that's actually fine. Great. Alright, so the King Lording have contracted to fight alongside the Sturgians. That sounds pretty good to me. And we can now recruit some more people. How close am I to the next? We're very close to the next clan tier. Perfect. Okay, so that's really, really good. So what we're going to do is we're just going to fight a bunch of bandits in and around the area. We want to fight as many of these guys as we can get our hands on, as much as possible. And there is actually a wonderful set of thrown weapons that I have been able to gain, which is very nice. Someone actually said that I play the same character build every single time in every single series I create. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Considering, you got to think about this, you know, kind of hard, to be honest, because it's a bit difficult to really see the differences, because let's face it, in the Glass Cannon series, what did I use? Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I was using an archer and a bow-focused build, right? With two-handed, yeah. And then, in the next one, I was using a one-handed and a shield and thrown weapons, because let's face it, thrown weapons are super fun, and that's the only reason why I use those, of course. And then, obviously, in this one, we are using, well, two-handed and thrown weapons. But, again, thrown weapons is just because I very much enjoy using thrown weapons. But if you take a look at my playlists, I'd highly recommend doing that, by the way. If you are someone that hasn't seen any of the previous series, then you'll see there's a wide variety of different character builds that I have created in the past, and the only reason why I don't do them now is because either they are, shall we say, much more ineffective than they used to be, and I'm talking about in the case of a merchant here, because I personally love merchant gameplay, but it doesn't really make for that that enjoyable viewing, I suppose you could say, because if everything has a price isn't really working too well, which in my opinion it really isn't. It's very, very expensive and it doesn't really work out as you might want it. But yeah, anyway, merchant gameplay, kind of not the most fun to watch, even though I do find it enjoyable. I do have a series playing as a merchant, and I have a series playing as a horse archer, playing as a two-handed berserker kind of character. Basically, every single character build you could ever want, pretty much, is what I've focused on in the past. I'm not sure if you've just been on the channel for a very small amount of time, but if you have been on the channel for a very small amount of time, as I say, I would recommend going through those playlists, because there's a wide variety of really, really cool themes and everything going through there. Some of them not so cool, gotta say. You know, I'm gonna be honest about it, obviously. Some of them are not so cool because sometimes an idea that I've had, well, it just doesn't work out as I intended, basically. You know, it just doesn't work out as intended. So let's see here. I'm gonna actually be helping with a couple of looters. Very nice to see that. There we go. But yeah, I think for the whole, you know, for the most part, I think most of the series that I've done have worked out quite nicely. And there was even one where we focused on smithing, which is actually pretty cool in my opinion. I quite liked that one. But yeah, anyway, let's see. Is there anything else I can do here? Can we do... Yes, okay. And now, obviously, bear in mind, I am, of course, going to be leveling up my forces right now, and that is because we are most likely going to be going into a battle against some vassals quite soon. That is obviously to prepare ourselves to gain the greatest amount of you know, combat strength and everything. And that actually brings me to the next point. Where's my combat strength modifier, or mod? Yes, that's what I meant. Where is my combat strength mod? Because I don't see that. Do you see power display? I don't see it. But I have power display installed, so maybe it just doesn't work for this particular version of the game, which actually might have caused the corruption. I don't think it did, personally, but it might have. I really couldn't tell you at this point, which is sad in itself. But whatever the case, I'm going to be going into this tournament. Yeah, there we go. Let's go into this tournament, see what we can do. I very much like doing tournaments in Sturgian territory. I actually find it probably the most fun because they give you some really, really enjoyable weapons to use. Some of the time they'll give you two-handed, some of the time they'll give you one-handed, and other times they'll just literally give you thrown weapons, which I very much enjoy, of course. I mean, as you know, I am a huge fan of thrown weapons, and even if they are just regular axes, or shall we say throwing axes, they are really fun to use, which is kind of surprising because you wouldn't think so, right? I mean, generally, I would say that javelins are the go-to. I think javelins are definitely the way to go if you're going to be using thrown weapons. But thrown axes can be very effective as well. So, for example, if you only want to use thrown weapons and you want the potential to change your thrown weapons into a melee weapon, because obviously they do have that versatility, which is actually super nice, then you can do that, which is pretty good. So if you want to have a self-imposed rule where you basically only use thrown weapons and you have one set of thrown axes or something like that, so you can always switch to the axes and then switch them back to their melee variant, then that can be pretty fun. Like, for example, right now, look at this. I've actually switched these to a melee weapon instead of throwing them. So yeah, there is also that. That is available to you if you want to. There we go. Nice kill. I was a little bit worried there for a second. Okay. Okay, we don't have thrown weapons this time, unfortunately. It would have been a very, very nice, easy kill here, but maybe we're going to be able to achieve victory nevertheless. I might have to go for a shield bash here, because this guy is a heroic line breaker. They are, gotta say, they are very scary. Gotta say that. And otherwise, there you go. We actually did gain some pretty nice chest armor, and we also gained some renown. And that renown is going to enable me to advance to the next clan tier, which is then going to enable me to have 70 units in my army, which was the main reason why I recruited all those units just now. And what we're going to do is we're going to go in here, upgrade our armor. Ooh, look at that. It's looking real nice. And doesn't seem like Eilina can actually equip anything new at the moment. What about my horse situation? My horse situation is absolutely terrible, so I'm going to have to do something about that. Maybe I'll purchase a workshop. I'm thinking I might just purchase a workshop right now. Is this not better for her? No, it's not. I mean, according to auto-equip, it apparently isn't. So I guess what I'll do is I'll sell this. And I'm thinking we're probably gonna buy something. I'm not sure what to buy. Let's have a look at what is in the area here. Fur, grain, flax. Ooh, this is all kind of terrible. Ah, iron. Maybe we could buy a smithy. I wish to buy your smithy. There we go, 13,000. Okay, I'm not sure how much this is going to be, but someone in the comments actually mentioned that Bannerkings might actually have already rebalanced the workshops and the various other businesses in the game. So I am very much trusting your opinion on that, because I didn't know. I didn't know that they had done that. So that's actually super nice if they have. If they haven't, then well, we're just going to have to roll with it and see what happens. But yeah, I'm just going to buy a little bit of grain here because I am going to need the the sustenance for our troops. And there's another save error right there. Unfortunately, not able to continue with that. Oh yeah, I also reinstalled the entire game and reinstalled all my mods at the same time. So, you know, I tried a huge amount of things to get that resolved, but unfortunately, no. That doesn't seem to have worked. Okay, I'm gonna buy a little bit more here, just so that we can get some food variety and maybe increase my steward skill a little bit. Let's actually just take a quick look at what we're doing here. Okay, so my steward skill is basically negligible right now, so maybe it's not even worth me doing anything about that. Maybe my charm skill could be useful. I'm gonna go for 5 influence by winning a tournament. Might try to go for that, because I think we'll probably do a couple more tournaments as time goes on. Increase my movement speed by 3%. I'm always going to take that, in my opinion. I always find that that is much, much better than you would otherwise think. I might go for some smithing here, because generally I might want to smith a two-handed sword. So later on it might be good. But the thing is, I think a companion can probably do smithing much, much more effectively than I can. So it might very well be the case that I just leave it to them. But the problem with that is that they have already spec'd a couple of their perks. So it might not actually work out as we think. So that might be a bit problematic. But anyway, I'm going to spec another point into one-handed here, because we are using one-handed most of the time at the moment. And we've made peace with the Vlandians. Okay, that's actually interesting. I wouldn't have expected them to make peace with the Vlandians, that's for sure. Anyway, we do have a couple of prisoners, so it might actually make sense for me to go over here and sell those. How much is my workshop making? 65. Yes, okay. Well, apparently Bannerkings doesn't do anything to it, or maybe it's just a bad place for me to buy a smithy or something like that, really. I'm not entirely sure. We are otherwise at war against the Khuzait. Okay, I don't think I really have time to go anywhere else, so I'm actually not going to go to Sionen right now. What I'm actually going to do is I will try to travel to the various towns in the area here. And yeah, we could not pay all the wages, obviously. Yeah, there is a tournament going on, but I don't have any money. So what I could technically do is I could sell all of this and this. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can do. So let's just hope that we win the tournament, I guess, and then we'll continue on. But I'm very much hoping that the smithy will pay off in the end. So I'm hoping that it's going to increase its yield potential as time goes on, because I know that workshops do somewhat suffer from a little bit of, shall we say, a couple of problems when they are first constructed or when they change owners. And hopefully the price that it produces is going to be decent enough in the future. We can only hope that that is the case. Otherwise, we are going to be in a, well, bad situation no matter what. Anyway, there we go. Okay, so we're not doing too badly right now, and I believe this should be fine. If I can win now, we'll be pretty good for a little bit of time, and I might be able to attack the Crusade. Oh, why do I want to attack the Crusade again? I really don't want to attack the Crusade again. Oh, hello there. You're going crazy, sir. You're going absolutely crazy. I do not want to die here. What is actually going on with this guy? Okay, Eilina is actually against me right now. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't do anything against two of the red team. Oh no. Oh, are we actually through? We're actually through. I couldn't. Oh, now that is lucky. That was super lucky. I was really worried there for a second. I thought to myself, okay, how much money do I have left? Because I've obviously bet quite a bit, you know. I had bet pretty much almost all that I had, and I had probably 1 day's worth of wages remaining, but yeah, there you go. Okay, we're in the final round. I have my thrown weapons, which I absolutely adore, and hopefully we're going to be perfectly fine. Just don't miss with them, sir. There we are, nice. Nice and easy, and there we go. We gained another 7,200, not too bad, and we also gained some nice boots. I think these boots are going to be a massive upgrade for us as well, actually. But that that vassal right there, Roland, whoa, how crazy was he? He was really, really powerful. But thankfully we were able to achieve victory against all the odds. Who could have imagined it? Okay, what does he have? No, he doesn't have anything for us right there. Okay, well, whatever the case, any single time I see some bandits, I will be attempting to fight them. Let's fight these guys. Don't really want to fight, or shall we say chase after any bandits that have a very small army, because if I chase after them, it's not really going to do anything. If I chase after them, I'm actually not going to upgrade anyone right now. I don't think it's going to really be a case of me fighting any Crusade at the moment. I thought we might fight some Vlandians. That was the reason why I was updating, or should we say upgrading our forces beforehand, because Vlandia is pretty close by, whereas the Crusade, not so much. So we'll see what happens here, but the more I can fight some looters, the better. So let me see if I can maybe catch up to these fellows. Ah, actually, oh no, those villagers. I really wanted to save those villagers. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get there in time. Oh dear. Oh well, never mind, never mind. Good loot for me, and I guess that's all that we really care about at the moment, especially considering we don't have that much cash at all. But if we can get into a fight, because I've got some, I'm gonna say, I've got some decent-ish units. I don't have anything too amazing, but I have some decent-ish units, and if we are able, I would like to be able to fight some Crusade vassals, even if they're just, you know, regular-ish vassals that are not too strong, not part of an army or anything like that. I might be able to do something and gain some really, really nice renown in the process, as well as gear and experience, of course. So we are nearing the place where we might actually be fighting some of them, so I'm actually going to be upgrading some people right now. There we go. And I think a Sturgian army was actually just defeated relatively close by, so we need to be a bit cautious. Possibly? No? Okay. That's kind of interesting. I definitely would have expected them to be near here, but okay. I'm going to buy all of these, and then hopefully I can offset that with selling a little bit of other loot. There we go. I'd like to try and move my forces just that much faster. And yeah, this is actually really nice to have a town right here instead of, you know, just having tile, because obviously with Cal Radio Expanded, they add a whole bunch of towns and villages and things like that, so it's super nice to see that. And yeah, that's going to really make a huge difference to our strategies in this area as well, because that means that we won't have to retreat so incredibly early on to go and sell or to ransom our prisoners or anything like that. Hello there, Achaku. I know you, sir. Oh, yes. Okay, so let's actually take a look and see what he has for us. He's got some pretty decent units. What do I have? I should probably take a look. I have 10 Sturgian recruits. How many does he have? 5. He has 5 recruits. Okay. Wish me luck then, I guess. Wish me luck, because I don't know. This is not looking good, let's just say that. This is not looking good, but we might be able to do something here. We have some pretty heavy infantry. Some of them are heavy, some of them are not so heavy. Might be okay. Do I have any archers? I have 7 archers. Ugh, that's real bad. Let's go into a shield wall formation right now. My thrown weapons are... Oh! I can't believe we actually hit him. That's amazing. Okay. Ow. Okay, yeah, that is harsh. Okay, let me get away from here. Thank you very much. Oh, the damage. The damage that they are capable of doing is so incredibly frustrating to fight against. Oh no. Okay, well, my forces are now going into their auto-delegation selves, and you know how that goes. Yeah, we might be okay. We might be okay. It very much depends on how we do in the skirmish versus the enemy's infantry. It's not looking great. I mean, it's okay, actually. I mean, it's just their cavalry that is left. So if my forces can actually live until they have eliminated all of the cavalry, we will be fine. But you know how effective horse archers can be. This is the reason why I've said many, many times over the years of playing Bannerlord that horse archers are one of the most powerful units, just purely for the fact that their mobility is unparalleled. It really is. Super, super good. And usually that means that enemy infantry cannot get to them, and even polearms are useless against them as well, because let's face it, which horse archer is going to run smack dab in the middle of a polearm, right? There's very, very few, unless they run out of arrows, of course. Okay, so let's see what happens here. It's actually looking like it might go in our favor, because the horse archers seem to have run out of arrows. Oh, if we win this, I think we've won. I think we have actually won. Yes, we have. Wow. Okay. Would never have expected that in a million years, but yes, we actually did achieve victory. Can you believe it? I cannot. Okay, that is amazing. I actually don't know what to do with him right now. I'm thinking to myself, shall we take him prisoner? Shall we let him go? I'm thinking that maybe we'll let... I don't know. I mean, if we let him go, what does that get us? Well, it gives us... I don't know. What? It gives us honor. It gives us relation with him. But what do we get if we take him prisoner? Money. That's it. Right? Okay. I guess I'm going to let him go. We do gain a little bit of charm skill. Yeah, that charm skill was not worth it. Let's just say that. That was really, really not worth it. But yeah, it's not right. It's not like we're really hurting for charm skill, right? It's not like we're really trying for that badly. Anyway, we're just going to upgrade our forces and their gear. And then we're going to move on. And yes, a lovely reminder about the save problem I'm currently having. Okay, so let me see if I can get over to... No. Maybe we can work out something. What? Okay, you literally have me in a situation where you could pretty much ask for the entirety of my inventory at this point. Because, let's face it, I don't really want to take part in this battle. And they're asking me for 965. Sure, I mean, that's a bargain. That's a bargain if ever I saw one. Okay, fantastic. Very, very good. Okay, so now that means that, look at this. I can ransom my prisoners for 1,000, which basically is exactly the amount that I just paid to those bandits, which kind of annoys me. But, you know, can't really do much about that. And now what we can do is we can go and sell all that stuff. And now this stuff is going to sell for a pretty significant amount. Yeah, look at that, 2,300. And yes, we can sell our shield and all that stuff too. And we're going to sell the rest of it too. So there you go, 4,400 we gained from that. And we also have the Escort Merchant Caravan quest if we want to do it. It might make sense for us to do it, but we have a very small army at the moment, and I don't know where the Merchant Caravan will go to. Because if they go through Khuzait territory, it's gonna be some pain. It's gonna be some pain. So I don't know whether it's even worth me trying to do that at the moment. Maybe I should just go around and recruit some people, maybe fight some bandits and things like that, but I don't know. Do I have anything else that... Ah, meet nobility. This is new. You are meeting with the High Society of Kalevala. What does that do? What does that give me? Gave me... look at that, look at that. You've improved your charm skill and gained 0.46 influence. Right. Okay. Is it just me that thinks that's an extremely small amount? I don't know. I mean, maybe it's worth it if you do it enough times, but yeah, it takes 4 hours to do that. I don't really have the time to waste, to be honest, but oh well, there you go. Okay, so I'm just going to recruit as many forces as I can, and then we might be able to go back and do the Escort Merchant Caravan quest so that we can level up our people and do reasonably well. Let me actually just take a quick look at how much my mercenary contract is giving me right now. It's giving me 720. My workshop is still giving me 50. Because obviously I mentioned in the previous episode that maybe it would be an idea for me to install a mod that improves the workshop's income and things like that. Because I find it kind of annoying, personally, that you spend near to 15,000 buying a workshop, and then it gives you 50 gold per day. And I feel like that is... that way it's kind of just like, why? You know, it's kind of like a weird thing. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to escort the caravan. This is going to be very risky, by the way. I don't know whether it's even worth me doing this. But what I am going to say right now is that if the caravan is attacked by a really large vassal that we cannot hope to possibly defeat, then I will probably be leaving them to their fate. I am sorry to say that I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything in that regard. So what we're going to do is we're going to level up our social and our charm skill. I'm just going to be trying to focus on... I'm primarily focusing on charm, riding, athletics, one-handed, two-handed, and throwing. Those are the things that I'm primarily focusing on. And then secondarily, I might focus on medicine as well, because obviously I have a pretty decent medicine skill already. And if I don't want to have a surgeon or someone focus on that for me, then I can obviously do it myself. So that might be an idea. Hello there, you're being attacked by some looters already. I will protect you, sir. Let us go in there. Alright, so we're going to be going in and just basically fast forwarding through at least to a little bit. There we are, and maybe I'm going to be able to get some kills with my thrown weapons. Or, you know, not. There we go, there's one. I really need some better thrown weapons. Let's just say that. I mean, I'm decent at hitting with these things, including my own forces. Yes, let's not talk about it. Anyway, the point is, what we do need to do is we need to make sure that I get headshots. Headshots are the way to go with these things. Unfortunately, when I'm running around like that on a horse, it does make it a little bit difficult. But yeah, I believe that is indeed a victory for us. Can I eliminate the last one? Yes, I can. There we go. Oh, we gained a level. What? We're gaining levels like no one's business. I'm actually kind of surprised. Definitely wouldn't have expected to gain another level so quickly. I think we just gained one, didn't we? Yeah, I think so. Look at that. We have another focus point to spend. So I guess I'll spend it in charm once more. And then what we'll do is just follow the caravan. I think we do have a number of people that can level up, so we might as well do a little bit of that too. Let's get some more warriors, brigands, variags, and we'll go for a spearman as well. There we go. Okay, fantastic. And yeah, I'm a bit in two minds about doing a task at the moment, because we do have the ability to attack enemy vassals, but obviously, as you saw, it was pretty much down to the wire. So in those kinds of situations, I'm in two minds about whether to pursue tasks of this nature, where they give us a decent amount of reward at the end, but look at how long it's taking us to actually do this. You know, it's taking us a long time. We're spending money every single day, and you can see here, oh wow, this is a very large battle for us to go into. Oh, actually, no, the looters didn't join? I could have sworn that the looters were going to join this. Well, that's kind of weird, isn't it? That's kind of weird. I would have expected the looters to join, but okay, apparently they didn't. Anyway, we're going to tell all of our forces to charge straight on in here. This is basically the only course of action we can really take, because these guys are all cavalry. Really? Oh, that was that was a wake-up call, wasn't it? 58 damage to my arm? Seems like I need to get some better gloves. Some better gloves might make a bit of difference about that, but that was a very impressive slash, let's just say that. Very, very impressive. But it seems like this is indeed a victory for us, nothing to worry about apparently. Even though I initially thought to myself, okay, yeah, there's a graphics bug if ever I saw one. Yeah, this game, I don't even know what's going on with this game right now. Seems like this game is just completely janky all over the place. It's really, really weird because, as I say, the first the save game problem, then all these other random graphical glitches and things like that. I don't know. And then obviously, you know, they're just going to say, oh, it's because of the mods you have installed. And I'm just like, well, I mean, you support mods, right? I mean, you know. Anyway, they're being attacked by looters now. Okay, so the looters were basically waiting in line. Okay, they were waiting in line to join the fight against this caravan. That was weird, but I guess, sure. If they want to be polite about things, then I guess, who are we to say no? Anyway, it seems like the Sturgians are being absolutely murdered from almost every single angle at the moment. You can see here another one of their armies has just been defeated, which I gotta say is not looking good. It's really not looking good. Anyway, let's just try and sell as much as we can to try and keep ourselves afloat. And we should also ransom our prisoners too. There we go. And now we're just gonna wait outside for the caravan. How many more stops do we have to make? Well, 2 more? Really? Okay, 2 more stops apparently. Alright. We'll see what we can do about that. Ah, hello there. We've got some more raiders incoming. Okay, so personally, I find that fighting these raiders to be an extremely lucrative thing to do, and a very good exercise in getting money and experience and all that stuff. But obviously now, as I said before, I'm in 2 minds about doing these kinds of things when I am a mercenary of a mercenary of a faction, because then I think, well, isn't it maybe better to go and fight an enemy vassal? And I think, yes, it probably is better to fight an enemy vassal. However, do we have the ability to win? That's the main question that we should really be asking ourselves most of the time in those situations. Because I think to myself, well, I don't know. It depends. It depends on the enemy, of course. Because if I am fighting an enemy like Achaku, for example, you know, he's a pretty formidable opponent for a low tier / medium tier army like mine, then, you know, we might very well face a defeat just purely for the fact that he has wonderful horse archers. But the reward is pretty good, but then we have a lot of recovery time as a result of that as well. So it's kind of a mixed bag, really. But I suppose maybe if I stopped upgrading my forces, I know some people are, you know, raging about that a little bit, but generally, again, I just want my forces to be able to deal with any battles that we come across, and most of the time we are indeed coming across battles that we need to win. For example, if I hadn't upgraded all of my units going into that Achaku fight, I probably would have lost that, right? Or at least I think so. Probably would have lost it. Anyway, let's have a look here. Increased influence gained from battles. I will be taking that. Thank you very much. Alright, here we go. Revel. Revel is really close. No, Revel is actually reasonably close by, so I don't think we should have too many difficulties. I assume he is, well, should I say by he, I mean the Caravan. The Caravan will probably be attacked one more time. I would assume one more time, and then we're done. And then we don't have to worry about it too much. I might actually go for an auto-resolve this time, maybe to just boost our forces a little bit. And Eilina really should be at the top here. There we go. How many large high-tier forces do we have? We've got a grand total of 6 heavy axemen and 6 elite manavliatons. Gotta say, they're very good. So I'm pretty happy with the... Pretty happy with the spread of units that I have at tier 6 at the moment, even though there's only 12 of them. It'd be a lot better if I had, I don't know, 120. Yes, good luck getting that at this point, but yeah, it would be kind of cool if we could get another one of those, another one of these. There we go. And we are using some of those horses as well, by the way, so that was also a reason for me to purchase a couple of horses. Apart from being able to move a little bit quicker on the campaign map, it's always nice to be able to upgrade some of the forces that you want to into cavalry, because cavalry can always be useful in some way or another. Anyway, there you go, 2,500 gold from that. I'm actually surprised that we gained such a significant amount, and we also now have the ability to recruit that many units from the notables here. So it seems like we're doing a pretty nice job at improving people's thoughts about us, because we're obviously fighting a whole bunch of bandits in the area too, and there's another 1,700, so I'm back up at 8,400, and there's still that quest here. Yeah, rival gang moving in. Yeah, probably not going to be doing anything about that, unfortunately for them. Alright, so we're done with that now. Okay, so now the only thing that we can really do is go into a battle against some more Crusade. But here's the thing, we really do need to make sure that our forces are tip-top condition before we do that. Extortion by deserters. Okay, we'll do the extortion by deserters quest. I think this is another one of those times where this is, in my opinion, one of the better tasks for you to take, and that's generally for everything. That's for experience, money, loot, or all kinds of things like that. Because generally, if you do this fight, you're almost consistently going to get some prisoners, you're going to get some loot and experience without really trying too hard to find bandits to fight. And that's also the main reason why I think that the Caravan missions are also really good. And you can see here, look at how quick and easy that was. Look at that. I didn't even have to do anything, and look at that. We just gained some really, really nice stuff. And we can also go in here and we can even decide whether we want to take all of the dinars or whether we want to increase our relation with this guy. I'm actually just going to say half of the coin is okay, and we're going to increase our relation with him a little bit, potentially, even though I don't really need to, because you can see here that I already have a maxed out army. But, if you didn't, then you could do that a little bit more, and then you'd be in an even better situation. So, anyway, let's have a look here. I'm going to increase my riding skill once again. We're going to go for another point in control so that maybe my thrown weapons can be a little bit better too. And we're going to now go over to Omar. I see there's a quest here. Actually wondering whether that's an escort. Yes, it is an escort caravan mission. Okay, that could be very lucrative. So let's see, anyone needs an upgrade? No. Okay, so we'll just sell all of that. Yeah, did you see that? That was also a rusty one-handed Thamaskene. Wait a minute, let me actually just reset that real quick. This is what? Okay, so question, why is this better than this? This is a tier 5 sword in comparison to a tier 4 sword. It could be because it's rusty. I mean, that could be the reason, but being this much worse, I mean, you can see the damage is so dramatically worse. I don't even know, but it sells for 1,300, so I might as well just let it go. That seems pretty good to me. And there's nothing much else for me to do except take the quest. Where do you want me to go? That's the question. Ah, we're going back to Kuzay territory. Perfect. Ah, yes. Fantastic. Look at that. 790 have been killed in the siege aftermath of Kaudovich Castle. Ooh, okay. Apparently he, I think he might have devastated the fief. Or something along those lines. He might have decided that he didn't want to show mercy. And that's the reason why almost 800 people were killed there. That is actually really harsh. I would not have expected anyone to do that at this point, but okay, apparently they did. Anyway, we'll just take the prisoners. We'll level up some of these guys, and there we go. Not too bad. And yeah, okay, more sea raiders attacking. There we go. We're just going to continue doing this. And we're going to have some pretty decent cash, actually, at the end of this, too. So I'm going to be pretty happy with that. And we have a lot of prisoners as well. The prisoners are probably... Okay, I'm going to guess that we're probably going to get... I'm going to say 3,000 to 4,000 from the prisoners. We might even get more than that. Let's just cross our fingers and hope. Oh, no, wow. Much less than I anticipated. Okay, well, that's actually still fine. Because, I mean... Got to bear in mind, we really don't have a huge amount in roguery skill as it is. We only have 21. So I guess it kind of makes sense that we wouldn't get that much for it. But yeah, there we go. Anyway, let's just sell all of that. Another 1,800 from it. We're now at 10,000 once again, which is actually quite nice. But yeah, this is also exactly the reason why I personally feel like the escort caravan mission is just really, really good. Because, as I say, it doesn't really put you in too much jeopardy unless you're going through enemy territory. That's why I was initially worried about it. And it seems like the caravans like to go around. They like to do this really weird route where they go all the way along the coast here through the forest. Personally, through the forest, probably not the best idea unless you're playing a Botanian culture or something like that, because Botanians obviously do gain that wonderful... speed benefit, or should we say they nullify the deficit from forests, slowing people down and everything, but yeah, these guys are quite obviously not Botanian, so I'm kind of surprised that they would go through the forest in that situation, but oh well, never mind, but yeah, anyway, so what are we going to do about the save problem? Well, here's the thing. It's kind of, I'm kind of in a bit of two minds, because either what I can do is I can restart the series. You know, I'm not obviously going to start all the way from zero again. I'm obviously just going to skip ahead to where we are, you know, where we currently are, you know, being a mercenary of Sturgian and all that stuff. And generally that is up to you, whether you want to see what happens with Mr. Kurt King Lording, or whether you want to see something a little bit different, or maybe have a different mod installed. Because technically what I could do is I might be able to make that other mod that I wanted to incorporate into the series. I might be able to make that work, but obviously that very much depends on whether it actually does, because it might not. But yes, so it's very much a case of, do you enjoy the series? If you enjoy the series, then I'm perfectly happy to play through the whole thing and get us back to where we were previously in a new save file. Unless someone actually comes up with the idea that I might be able to fix this in some way or another. But that's looking pretty unlikely at this moment in time, which is unfortunate. But anyway, I am going to level up these forces. There we go. It's looking pretty good. And how much is my workshop giving me right now? 177. Okay, that's much better. I'm liking that. Yeah, I'm liking that quite a bit. Unfortunately, I am mostly not getting decent cash due to my wages. My wages are so incredibly large at the moment. But that's primarily because I'm not really fighting any Crusade. I was actually hoping that we would not be coming back into Sturgian territory with the Caravan, but it seems like we were destined to come back here for some reason or another. I don't know why they decided to do this, but I guess... How many more stops? We just need one more, and it's almost there, so pretty happy with that. And there's Raganvad's army. Maybe I should join Raganvad's army. There we go. They gave me 3,640, but yeah, again, 3,600, while that might be really, really good, it barely covers the amount of travel expenditure that I just had. So yeah, that's also one of the things that you have to watch out for in regards to the Escort Merchant quest, because if your wages are way too large, then the money that you get from merely completing it is not going to be enough to cover your costs. But let's see where Raganvad goes. He's going to Dinar Castle at the moment, which is just over there. Oleg's army is also over there, so I'm going to go and help them in just a second. Just going to recruit some more units. And we're going to sell all of this. There we go. Just to make sure that I have as much money as possible. And then we are going to be making our way over here and seeing what the situation is like. It seems like the Khuzait are winning in terms of war exhaustion as well, so we also have to bear that in mind. And otherwise... oh, we took it back? What? How did we actually take it back? That's kind of weird. Okay. Well, I won't question it. Something weird happened there, I assume. Let me see here. I guess I'm just going to join the continuing siege. We're going to get some engineering skill as a result of this too, which is not too bad. And we'll see if an enemy army appears. Oh, they're actually attempting to take that town over there. Does he know that? I'm a bit in two minds about whether he knows that. Because it seems like he's just ignoring it at the moment, which is probably not the best idea. I would like to fight this guy if at all possible. 2,400 have been killed. Oh, and we are now at peace with these guys. Oh. Well, I guess that's how it goes, isn't it? Yes, that is indeed how it goes. And you know the reason why we're at peace now is because the Khuzait were able to take Lysamork. Yeah, they were able to take Lysamork from the Sturgians, and this is exactly the reason why, in my opinion, the Sturgians lose territory so easily to the Khuzait. Not because the Khuzait are really good at taking things or anything like that, because generally, I think most factions are quite even in that regard. I think they're, you know, kind of on an even keel most of the time. But it's because they make these stupid decisions in diplomacy situations. For example, you know, the Khuzait had literally just taken this, and then all of a sudden, Raganvad just goes, yeah, I would like to make peace with you now, just because you've taken one of my fiefs. And it really doesn't make any sense. So the AI can be very, very weird when it comes to those kinds of situations, because you really do not want to make peace when the enemy has just taken one of your fiefs. You want to take back that fief, then make peace. That's the strategic move. But obviously, you know, maybe they have something else that they are thinking of. For example, the Batanians, they might actually be encroaching on us right now. It doesn't seem like there are any sieges actually going on though, so not really sure what's going on there. But otherwise, I guess that's going to be it. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.